Diamondbacks and Phillies free MLB pick for Tuesday, October the 24th, here, game 7. Uh, need I say more here in this one with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies after yesterday? Hey, could Brandon Pfaadt win the MVP here of the National League Championship Series with a dynamite performance? He could, but Ranger Suarez on the mound here for uh, the Phillies and $1.80 here. Well, it just must be. It looks to me, if I'm just looking at the price, yeah, Phillies. The Diamondbacks shouldn't even be a playoff team. How are you a playoff team in here getting $1.50, $1.55, maybe even $1.60 at the square shops? I mean, this is absolutely no respect. Arizona shouldn't even be in the playoffs if you're going to be this big of an underdog. The Phillies are just an obviously overwhelming favorite. This is one of the greatest teams of all time. The Phillies, $1.80 to win Game 7 over the Diamondbacks in a Major League Baseball game. I've never checked the injuries. Has half the Diamondbacks lineup out? Have they used up all their bullpen? You get the idea. There's just no chance I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies in this game, no matter what goes on here. This is ridiculous. Okay, you have to set a price. The bookmakers know they're going to get at least 2/3 of the action here on the Phillies, and they're going to be willing to lay whatever they want. There's just no other way. It has to be a public tidal wave of action here that have just that the bookmakers are feeling comfortable to make sure they put up a huge price here. Thomas is willing to lay this huge tax. He's not worried about his bottom line. He's just going to do it. And Thomas is one of our most veteran commenters in here. Look, you want to win this game. There's no doubt about it. If the Phillies are your team to win, every Thomas and everybody, you just lay it. You just lay the price. You don't worry. It's just one game, right? If you lose this one, whatever it is, if you're just a regular player, $180, whatever you're playing on the game, that's fine, right? You want to win the game. There's no there. I would contend. I would debate any handicapper on YouTube, on the bigger channels. There's no value on the Philadelphia. How can there be any value on the Philadelphia Phillies in this game? I mean, we could go over stats, and we will. Let's see what you guys have to say. Gerardo has a prop here. Gerardo, I went 0-3 in international soccer yesterday. Terrible. Thomas says, give me the over in this one. I will say, I think we've actually seen some. Let me see what we got here. I want to say we've actually seen some widely reported steam on the game tonight. Yeah, we have seen widely reported steam on the Major League Baseball game tonight by the line services. It's on the under in this one. Maybe because in general, game sevens go under. Now, as far as last night, we didn't even. I mean, did we even? Review there yesterday. I mean, it went over talking about the Rangers and the Astros, and the Rangers just smashed the Astros. A little bit of news. I don't know if it was something that was revealed. It was a long night. I would try to go to bed early and get up early for this big hockey day. But I did see this morning on the news that Dusty Baker looks like he may be retiring. The 74-year-old. We saw how excitable he was there, but looks like Baker could be retiring. All right. Brent, right? Every price. So here's the other thing. If you don't like, and I'm not going to convince you, because if you like Philadelphia, please do not let me convince you on one game where you want to win. It's a baseball playoff game. But I try to approach the regular season much like the postseason, like the regular season. And for me, it just does not make any sense that a team can be $1.80 in any game tonight. Do I want to look up and down this thing and maybe the Phillies have advantages everywhere up and down the? Yes, they probably do. Is it $1.80 worth? I don't know. Maybe if you put it all together, it is. But then why are we in this situation? Why are we at 3-3? If the Phillies are $1.80 in this game, this should have been a sweep days ago. but for whatever reason, the Phillies have some issues, right? Whether it be confidence, um, you know, mistakes, it just doesn't matter. I'm not making any. It's baseball, so it's tough to formulate maybe even statistics to show in certain stages. Now we'll go over a few batter versus pitcher here in one game in just a moment. Schwarber to hit another home run, and I don't like I said, like I said, looks. I don't even want to necessarily get anybody off their play of the Phillies. I'm just trying to explain, and I hope I'm right, that there's just no possible way $1.80 is a fair price in any situation like this, in a baseball game of this magnitude. Brandon Fott been terrific. We, you know, made fun of him all year. We make fun of him on every show. He has 1.47 the ERA in his last four starts with a 1-0 record. Despite all those that ERA that was hanging around 6 all season long, his record 11-10, or not his record, but um, Arizona's record with Bott 11 wins and 10 losses this season, and just 4-5 on the road. Now, they have gone under in 7 of his last 9 starts, and in 3 playoff starts, he has a 2.13 ERA. Like I said, Fott was is a prospect for the Diamondbacks. It's not like they picked up some free agent young kid that was he just they had to get him up there early. They stuck with him. They're training him on the job. He got a very fortunate situation. Hello to Darren today. Swag Shop is here, and I like using the Serpientes, but that's the guys across the street. They love saying it. And I gotta admit, I do like those. I wish I do like the jerseys. Oh, that'd be interesting, Brent, right? Because it's funny, these games are so dramatic and the runs are hard to come by, but even last night, I thought when Arizona, I thought, you know, uh, Jory Lavallo, right? Ninth inning, ahead by 5 runs or whatever it was, bunting with nobody out to get a runner at third. No reason to go for a big inning, right? I mean, you've got the lead. One more run may be the difference, and therefore they uh, took the sacrifice in the top of the ninth, up 5 runs, playing championship baseball right there. Hello to Ray as well today. Yeah, Fernando, maybe I can try to get back. I might today play a little afternoon side. It was a late decision, I kind of had the card was done, right? I was off the air. Thomas Lewis first 5. Okay, look, it's pardon me. I mean, the play is settled. I'm on Arizona. We'll take them on the run line. And what's that price? A dollar. What was it yesterday? $1.40. I had them as a premium. And here's the reason why. And look, I'll sprinkle the money line. I'm just trying to give out my favorite, my best play, what I feel like in this situation with the what it is. So here's the other thing. Okay, minus $1.45. It looks like. And I'll sprinkle the money line, but you know what I'll probably do privately as well. Let me see I'm going to look at the price on this, but the one thing with a misprice, like what I feel is mispriced, is that every price is mispriced. So if you do want to take, if you're not satisfied and you think Phillies will win, maybe they will win by 1. But you know what? Even if I were to not convince you necessarily, but even if you were to take Arizona plus plus 2.5 minus 250, that's still a bargain. If you talk about, if you're willing to lay 180 on the Phillies, you should be more willing to lay 250 on Arizona plus 2.5 runs, because that's value. There are some people that tell you you're going to lay 250, you're going to the poorhouse. Well, not if the a more fair price is minus 325 or 300. So and the other way is true as well, no doubt. Great point here on the alternate run line, where you want to lay Arizona, and yeah, Maybe I can even put a sliver of percentage on this play too. But at plus 200 or more, total value at minus 1.5 plus 200 on the road. They don't, you know, they don't adjust. There are little bit, there's a little bit of play in there with bookmakers as far as trying to make sure they get their charge in there, their uh, fees in there, with the vigorish. But everything is kind of in lockstep. So at minus 180, if I say, or whoever, that this is a ridiculous price, then so is whatever the minus 1.5 is. So is whatever the minus 2.5 is. So all the value, I think, value, the overthrown word, but come on. Two baseball teams, it's different. If it was football, it's a different issue. Baseball, you play 180 games at this point. 200 games if you count exhibition. These guys have been, playing. It's almost a game every,
Final.
you know what I'm talking about. All right. Uh, I'm sorry I skipped the stats and are going off on this tangent. Anyways, Fott had 5 2/3 shutout innings. Darren said he thinks he's a pretty decent pitcher, and he's supposed to be a pretty decent pitcher. Um, right, he just arrived early, Darren. He just arrived early. They didn't have enough, and so he's going to be fine. He's probably going to be a veteran to go on for many, especially here. I mean, he's having basically a rookie having a career moment. Not like some of these other guys we've seen excel here in the postseason. Fott had a much worse regular season statistically. Arizona with an 8-3 record in the playoffs. 4 relievers went last night for Arizona, getting 12 outs. The Phillies last night used 4 relievers to get 14 outs. So make no mistake, Philadelphia, one of the best home records in baseball, 55-33. Arizona just 46-42 on the road for Ranger Suarez. He's been that guy. He's been incredible. He's got a 0.64 ERA in his last 3 starts and a 1-0 record. Phillies are 5-1 in his last 6 starts. They've gone under in 3 straight starts with Suarez. And here in the playoffs now, the Phillies have now gone under in their 2-4-1 to the under, but still trending under. Also, the Diamondbacks the same here in the playoffs. They're starting to trend under pretty significantly now, 2-5-1 to the under over the last 8 games. So we'll see about what happens in the total. Like I said, game sevens. The last one did, sneak over last night, and sneak over, but they were mashing them in the end, and uh, uh, safe to say that Adolis Garcia had the last laugh, unless you're the St. Louis Cardinals, who sold Garcia to the Rangers for cash considerations. Sorry, Cards fans, back in few seasons ago. So, all right. Phillies won 16 of the last 23 here with this great roll to get back into this position. They're, trying to get back here, but I'm going to take Arizona. I've taken plus all the runs. Look, I'm gonna be on some of that plus 2.5. That's just the way I roll. That's the way I do it. I don't have a problem laying it as long as I got that value there. But I'll be on, I'll sprinkle all that money all over the place on the Diamondbacks. I'll be laying a 1.5. I'll be taking them on the money line. I'll take them plus a 1.5, and I'll take them plus 2.5. And it may just go like 2.5, 1.5 money line minus 1.5. That was a graphic. That was a hand graphic.